Okay, guys. So yesterday we talked a little bit about the Chinese New Year. We made our lanterns, right? Okay. So today we're going to read an article. It's going to be a little bit more in depth than yesterday. Yesterday we just read about the envelopes. Okay. So today we're going to read a little bit more of a more thorough article. Okay. Can we do our learning intentions for today? Everybody? Content? Readers can use evidence from a text, prior knowledge, and inferencing skills to compare and contrast Chinese and American New Year celebrations. It's a lot, but we do it all anyway, all the time, right? We know how to pull evidence from a text, right? Obviously. We know how to activate and use our prior knowledge. We did that yesterday with the envelopes. I used my prior knowledge and then I added to my prior knowledge, right? After Benson showed me the envelope, told me who gives money for the envelope, okay? And inferencing, we do that all the time, right? We take a little bit from the text, a little bit from our brain, and we take a good guess, right? So here's the language. Here's our output, right? Ready? Students can use domain-specific vocabulary and context clues, while speaking and writing to describe at least 3 Chinese New Year celebrations. So, what we're going to do, our major skill is going to be comparing and contrasting. We'll go back to our success criteria when we're ready for that, okay? So what I want to ask you guys right now, can you guys help me do a brainstorm of what we do on American New Year's? What do we do for American New Year? Can you think? Can you guys maybe talk to each other? When is American New Year?
January 1st.
Right, and what's New Year's Eve?
December 31st.
So usually when do the festivities, the parties, the gatherings, when does that begin? January 1st or?
December 31st.
Okay, so tell me what we do on December 31st. Generally. It wasn't too long ago, right? What do we do? December 31st. What do we do?
We just go to Times Square and waiting for the fireworks to pop off.
Oh, you said 2 things. Now, do you have to go to Times Square?
You don't have to if you want.
Oh, you gotta get there very early, right? 9 a.m. Okay, so I heard Times Square. I heard fireworks. Okay. Well, I don't go to Times Square because I just don't. It's a lot of people, right? But I still want to see the festivities, what's going on Times Square. So where can I see what's happening in Times Square? Where can I see that? Can I see it on a radio? No. Where can I watch the festivities? I just said watch.
On the television.
On the television. So I can watch it on the TV. But what makes Times Square for us New Yorkers? What makes Times Square so important? What's going on in Times Square? No, only Benson knows?
Times Square is so important because they have taxis go around and they have a lot of buildings.
Right, but that's not just for New Year's. It's important right now because the taxis and the buildings, because that's just important to everyday life for that area. But what happens? What happens? What happens in Times Square? How do we know when the new year has started? What happens? You tell.
We count, right? Then what happens?
And then we say 5, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on,
and
listen to
then
what he
fireworks come out.
What? Yeah, but not
Because what's happening?
Right.
Is the ball dropping?
Yes.
So why are we not saying that? So the ball
Right.
drops. And we do a countdown. I heard you say countdown.
Countdown.
We usually start at 10, right? Okay.
So
So Times Square is pretty important to us in the American culture, or because that's where we watch the ball drop. Fireworks are important. Many people do the countdown. Some people watch it on TV. You think people who are home could have guests over? Could they have a party?
Yeah.
New Year's parties? And what time do you have to stay up until? What time do you have to stay up until to do this countdown to watch this ball drop? 12? That's right. What's another word for it? 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock a.m. We usually refer to it as,
Branson has.
oops,
Midnight.
midnight. Good job, Benny. Midnight. Okay, so this is just some of our American New Year traditions, okay? Do they sound at all familiar to any of the Chinese New Year traditions, guys?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Previous in Chinese New Year Eve, like we like to go home and tell friends to come to our house to eat like dinner.
Is it a party? It's not exactly a party. Is it kind of like a party?
Yeah.
More like a dinner? Chinese New Year's Eve? When is Chinese New Year's Eve?
Like today.
Oh my goodness, today! So are you having guests over today? Who's joining you?
My grandma's friend.
Very nice. Are you having guests over today?
Mhm.
Are people coming to your house today to eat? You don't think so? Okay. So I want you to hold on to these. Hold on to that, okay? Because we're going to need all that information, right? And we're going to have to do that at the end of our lesson. Got it? All right. So right now, I'm going to give you guys your article, okay? Please just put your name and today's date on it. Oops, sorry about that. And I'm going to give you your annotating worksheet. Again, name and today's date on it. And what are we looking for, Iman? Which ones do you think we're going to use the whole annotating marks or just some?
Some.
Which ones? Listen up. Benson, I need you to listen. Which annotating?
Underline important details.
Yep. So we're going to underline the important details, definitely. And what else do you think we're going to
Write
do?
down your name.
Circle new words and phrases.
Circle new words and phrases. So these are the two that I want to focus on right now, okay? All right. So, getting your article. This is my article. Okay. So, Miss Ematrano will read out loud, and we'll stop here and there to talk about a couple things, okay? You're going to read along as I read out loud. Okay. In Western countries, such as us, New Year's Day always falls on January 1st. Isn't that what we just said?
Yeah.
In China, New Year's Day is also the first day of the first month of the lunar calendar. We talked about the lunar calendar a little bit. What does the lunar calendar follow? What does the lunar calendar follow? The moon. The moon, right? Goes by the phases of the moon, right? We don't follow that here. We follow we don't follow.
Day.
We follow what?
Day.
We follow, we go by our calendar, which is the solar calendar, okay? Therefore, Chinese New Year dates vary each year and could fall at the end of January or in February. Do you remember when Chinese New Year was last year?
January 28th.
So there you go. When is it this year?
February 16th.
Why is that?
Because they can be any day. They can be the end of the January or beginning of the February.
Based on? Look in the text.
Based on lunar calendar.
So I see a word that I want you guys to circle. Vary. It says, therefore, Chinese New Year dates vary each year. We could have the holiday in January, or we could have the holiday in February. So using context clues, what does vary mean? Somebody other than that? Does vary mean the same? Like, my Christmas is December 25th. It does not vary every single year, December 25th. That is not the same for Chinese New Year. That date varies. So what does vary mean?
Like different?
different or it could change, right? So you could just notate in your margin, change, or different. Oh, look at my pen. It's doing whatever it wants. Okay. All right, ready?
Yes.
The second paragraph. The New Year celebrations begin on New Year's Eve. In this case, which is today. The big party is on New Year's Day, and the action continues for the next 15 days. It all ends with the first full moon of the year. 15 days later with the Lantern Festival. This is another great carnival and the perfect ending to this great holiday season. So how do I know the New Year's over? How do I know the celebration is over? There's two things going on. How do I know when this celebration's over, Benson? Think about American New Year. December 31st, we're having our little party. We got our music going. We're doing our champagne toast at midnight. We give each other a kiss. We didn't add all that. We have to actually add all that. But the Chinese New Year goes on for 15 days. So I know that January 1st, that's it. It's a new year. Done. But the Chinese New Year goes on for 15 days. How do I know when it's over? It's in the text, honey. And it's in the text. Tell me, there's two things. Go ahead.
The first full moon.
First full moon, thank you very much. First full moon tells me that it's coming to an end, and something else.
Linen Fiesta.
Lantern.
Oh,
Lantern Festival. Okay, so that's how we know the New Year celebration has concluded. It's over. Okay. As per long-standing Chinese customs, each year is assigned to an animal according to the Chinese zodiac. Matter of fact, guys, I have your vocabulary. There you go. This should be, I printed out their vocabulary. Do you see it? I have your vocabulary, but do you guys know what the, oh my gosh, I don't even know where their vocabulary wall just went. Oh, it's right here. Here's your vocabulary wall. Okay, so this was your vocabulary wall, guys. I'm sorry to have not given you that sooner. So here's a picture of the lunar calendar, okay, and it tells you exactly what's happening. You can see all the months and the phases of the moon.
See January, February, look. Which is the first full moon?
First full moon.
So it should be over here. The first full moon should be at the end because it starts with the new moon. Okay, and so the zodiac, turn to the second page, the Chinese zodiac.
Oh,
So
turn to the next page.
based on our horoscope in the Western world, our zodiac goes by the month or like a period. Okay? Like my birthday is in August, so I'm a Leo. But then when that time period, that month is through, that 30 days is through, we move on to a new animal. Whereas in the Chinese zodiac, you're that animal for the entire what? The entire year. Okay?
When were you born?
And I also gave you on your vocabulary,
2007?
like a kid. Listen, I gave you on your vocabulary wall, I gave you like a kid-friendly character trait. So you guys could explore this at a later time, and you could see the year in which you were born. But what year are you guys? 07? 08? 07?
Yes.
07? 06. 07? 06? What year were you born? 07, and what year were you born, Em?
07,
Okay, so you guys could find your birth year and then the animal of your year, and you see if you match with that personality. Tell me.
I have a question because they only say 19, they don't say 20 something.
Okay, so look over here, okay? All right? So, but we're not going to do this now. This is something fun. You guys could take it home. You guys could talk to your family about it and really see if your traits that they say you are supposed to be, see if they match you, okay? Okay, so we're going to read on a little bit more. So this is the fun part, okay? the traditions and the celebrations. Can you share a tradition with us before we read on? You brought us this beautiful, where's the envelope? You brought us this beautiful envelope yesterday, but you didn't bring me any money. But I read that because I'm married, I don't get anything, right? Only unmarried children, we read. So can you tell me something else, Benson?
And
What else do you do?
for Chinese New Year.
Yes, for Chinese New Year.
And that's it.
Just the money?
Yes. And then
And dinner. And you, Selena, share.
it's something.
Speak up a little bit loudly. So you're going to go together to eat some food?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go to a restaurant or are you going to do this at home? Okay. So I spoke to my friend Kim last night. Did I tell you about Kim?
Kim.
My friend Kim? I told you about Kim, right? Okay. So I spoke to her last night to wish her happy Valentine's Day. And then I said, if I don't talk to you on Friday, have a happy New Year, right? So I said, what are you doing? So she's going to Flushing. Have you gone to Flushing?
Yes.
You've gone to Flushing? She's going to Flushing to have first dinner of the new year. She's going to a restaurant with all her cousins, her aunts, and her uncles. Go get a tissue, honey. With all her aunts and her uncles. But your family is coming to your home, yes? Yes? About how many people are you expecting?
About 8, 9.
And what type of food will you be having?
Shrimp.
What is that?
The shrimp.
Shrimp?
Yeah.
Shrimp. Like jump.
Okay.
Shrimp. So you're going to have shrimp. Just shrimp? I don't believe
No.
it. What else?
We still have. I'm not sure those names called.
You're not sure? All right. Let's read. Maybe you make some connections. Okay? Okay, let's see. The preparation. What word can you see in preparation? Huh? Look at preparation. It sounds like another word. Here, you're on your article now.
Prep.
Prep. A little bit more.
Prepare.
Prepare. Thank you, Iman. Prepare. Okay? So prepare means what? Getting ready. Okay, the preparations. This is the most important part of the holidays for the Chinese. Preparations start a couple of weeks before the big day. Some preparations include house cleaning, putting away knives, paying respect to ancestors, preparing the feast, making decorations. I'm going to stop there for a moment. Do you guys do any of that? Has anyone cleaned the house?
Yes.
I'm not talking about just wipe the counter after you spilled your orange juice or something. I'm talking about different type of cleaning. So can you share what type of cleaning have you done?
But you have so many this shirt you don't wash, then you need to wash the shirt.
Okay, but that sounds like regular laundry. At least the way I'm understanding it. What about so the everyday activities that we have to do with our house cleaning, we have to clean up the bathroom, we have to clean up the kitchen, and we have to wash our clothing after we've worn it or after it's gotten very dirty. But what about the big preparations? Can you contribute to this? Is mommy or grandma cleaning the house?
Yes.
Okay, what are they doing?
They clean very nice the house and let the customer come.
What customer?
My grandma's friend.
They're not customers, they're guests. Customers when you make a purchase. Are they coming to buy the food? All right? Okay, what do you think you know? From prior readings, I'm guessing.
I think the broken things they go over there.
Broken things go in the garbage, does that make sense? Would you throw, at this point in the year, would you throw out the broken things?
No.
Something that's not usable for you, would you get rid of it? Right? Throw it in the garbage?
You didn't use it.
Or you don't use it anymore, right? If something's been sitting in your closet for a whole year and you haven't touched it, you throw it in the garbage. I'm guessing. Okay? All right. So there's a word here. It says, there are many superstitions and traditions to follow in order to get ready for the new year. So I'm going to use my prior knowledge. I'm going to tell you what my friend Kim told me, okay? Because she's Chinese and Spanish, but she follows very closely to the Chinese culture, all right? She told me that they clean the house so they can get ready for the gods or something to that nature. Are you listening to me? Tell me if I'm right. She cleans the house very thoroughly, means very good, the best cleaning ever, so that people can come down from the heavens above and make an inspection. Does that sound at all familiar?
Yeah.
Yes? So why didn't you share that with me? Okay? And superstition. We're not going to go too deep into superstition, but just so you know what a superstition is, for instance, in this context, if the gods came down and your house was not clean, I'm guessing they wouldn't be happy. Or maybe even if your house wasn't clean, they wouldn't come at all. So superstition, okay, look on your vocabulary wall. It says it's a belief or practice in the supernatural leading to a certain consequence. So I gave you black cat. Ever hear that? Many people say, do not cross paths with a black cat. You will have bad luck. Broken mirror. Oh my gosh, you broke the mirror. You're going to have 7 years bad luck. Right, Miss Chippy?
Right.
I'm not too familiar with the horseshoe one. Okay. Umbrella. Don't open an umbrella indoors.
Yeah.
Okay, these are all superstitions. So it's like a belief that if you do certain things, bad luck will come your way. Okay? All right. So is there anything else can you add to this, Benson or Selena? It says here making decorations. What types of decorations do you make, if any? Do you make any decorations?
Yes.
Tell me.
It was Chinese wood.
Chinese wood?
The wood. W-O-R-D.
You make Chinese words that are decorations?
No, we buy some Chinese wood and then tape it.
Oh, so you take some Chinese words, you buy them,
Yes.
and you tape them? Where do you tape them? Tell me if this sounds familiar to you.
At home.
Where though? On the bed?
No.
On the toilet?
No.
On the kitchen sink?
No, it's
So where?
when we walk in.
The door?
The front door of the house?
Front. Yes.
And what do these Chinese words say? In English, if you could do the translation. Does it say Happy New Year?
There was let me think.
Okay, you think.
Okay.
Do you do any decorating? You decorate? What do you decorate?
I do. Oh, I got it.
Oh, okay, hold on. She's thinking now, though. Do you have anything? Do you do decorating? Maybe if I went down a little bit, I could show you some decorations. All right, tell me, Benny.
Okay, go home and go to school or work nicely.
That's what the decorations say?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to have to ask your sister about this. I'm going to ask her, okay? All right, so let's read about the celebrations. I know what my New Year looks like. Let's see if it's similar to the Chinese New Year. At home.
Yeah.
Kids anxiously await the coming of the new year. Okay, look at anxious. Let me show you anxious. Let's see, is anxious over here? I don't know if anxious is over here. No, but anxious, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait. They're coming over. They're coming over. I can't wait. What are you so excited for? Tell me. What's coming your way as a kid?
Guess.
You guess. Guess, and what do they cut? No, you guess.
And customer.
Non-customers. They're coming over with this, right?
Yes.
You waiting for this?
Yes.
What's in there, Benson?
Money.
Money.
Lucky money?
Yes.
Okay. So it says this is the time for family gatherings and the biggest feast of the year. Kids look forward to their lucky red envelopes and setting off firecrackers. So that's something I want to know, because that to me sounds kind of dangerous. Do you guys set off the firecrackers? Selena, do you set off firecrackers?
I play that.
You play firecrackers? What do you mean by that?
Just like the one firecracker so like this long, then we take that and the hand down like this.
Sparkler. Sparkler, right?
The sparklers.
Sparkler. The long, she said long, and they take it in the hand. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because when I think firecrackers, I'm thinking like 4th of July, okay? That's not really kids' play. But if it's part of the culture, I'm sure there's an adult there guiding it. But the sparklers, I think, are beautiful. So that's lovely. Okay, so here, what about this? Bear in mind, guys, we're comparing and contrasting our New Year's with Chinese New Year, American New Year with Chinese New Year. But the article talks a little bit about a Christmas tree and a Santa, okay? So we don't necessarily need to put this into our end product, but it's interesting to do a comparison anyway. The Chinese New Year doesn't include a Christmas tree like we have in the West. Instead, look at this word. Is this a contrasting word?
Yes.
Okay, so when we do our final piece, we want to include contrasting words and comparing words. Instead, Chinese people decorate the house with mandarin trees for good luck. I gave you a picture of the mandarin tree in your vocabulary. Okay? I gave you a picture of the mandarin tree. We talked about the mandarin tree yesterday too, right?
Small.
These trees also make good presents if you're visiting someone. So when your guests come over, Ben, when your guests come over, so they may bring you the envelope, right? They bring you the envelope, I'm guessing, right? Does anyone come over with the mandarin tree or just oranges? Do they come over with the oranges?
I did not think that they just bring in the envelope.
But that's for you and so. But does mommy and daddy receive anything? Does the guest bring something over? What do they bring over?
Grapes.
Grapes?
No, orange.
Oranges.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Good, perfect. Okay, and it says over here, instead of Santa Claus and presents, Chinese children get the lucky and shiny red envelopes which contain money. Okay, we talked about that a lot yesterday. Tell me about this. Around town, businesses decorate their shops. We have Chinatown in New York City, right? And I just mentioned Flushing. So you think all those places are decorating their places?
Yeah, we use a war place.
Where's more?
Oh,
We have Chinatown, Manhattan, Lower East Side. We have Flushing,
Flushing,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn,
has it, yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What else?
Amherst.
Elmhurst.
Yeah.
Queens.
Yeah.
So do you think they're doing all this with the big Chinese populations? Do you think they're decorating their businesses and their restaurants? Right? Red and gold garlands and lanterns line the streets. Lucky mandarin trees and plum blossoms are set about for good fortune and is overall a very festive atmosphere everywhere you go. Circle the word atmosphere. What does atmosphere mean in this context? Atmosphere is the air around us, but what does it mean when it's talking about, oh, it's a great atmosphere. There's music, there's dancing.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, that means it was so excited.
Okay, go ahead.
Enjoyable.
It's enjoyable, it's exciting. It's kind of like the mood. In this context, it's kind of like the mood, right? It's a good atmosphere. If I go to a party, I want to have a good time. I don't want to be bored sitting in the corner. Mood.
Right, everybody's
Okay.
enjoying themselves, right? They're happy,
So-
right?
We only have a couple minutes left before the period's through. I would love to get to the work portion, okay? But here, let me ask you this. What can you guys tell me, Selena and Benson, or even Iman from your prior readings,
Listen.
what can you tell me about the dragon dance or the lion dance?
Oh, what's the dragon? What is that for, Benson? The dragon dance, the lion dance. What is that?
That is pray.
Means what?
To pray?
Look,
Parade.
Parade.
Parade. But what's the difference between the dragon and the lion?
Drag is it's coming from the street and and lion is by people.
Oh, okay, the dragon though, does that have people?
But lion by people.
Oh, yeah.
I have a picture. Hold on. I have a picture. Where is it? Okay. So I have some pictures here that I wanted to share with you guys.
Yeah, but
Okay?
the dragon dance begins
So-
for what?
Chinese.
These are the parades,
Right.
Benson, right?
Look, look.
Which dance is this? The dragon dance, right? It has several people. If we look in our text, it says,
Look at this. Wait a minute.
a dragon cloth is held on poles by a team of a dozen or more members. How many is a dozen? How many is a dozen? I go to the store, buy a dozen eggs. A dozen. I'm calling out. 12. So this dance is performed with 12 or more people. In contrast, let's skim down to the lion
Yeah, look,
dance.
it's often mixed up with Chinese dragon dance.
The lion dance team consists of only 2 people. So there's the dragon dance, and I can see right here the difference. There's the what?
Lion.
How many people?
2.
There's a person here and a person there, okay? And this probably acts more like what a lion would look like on 4 legs. And over here you could clearly see the people in charge of the lion dance, okay? So, I want to skip to the back and look at the fireworks. What does it say? Now I can make a self-to-text connection. Because
So what's the fireworks, Benz? Look at this.
we
Yes,
wrote,
display is Chinese New Year celebration.
we said on our list that there are fireworks for our American New Year. And this year I was in Disney World for New Year's, but all the years past I used to go to Prospect Park in Brooklyn. And at midnight, they would have fireworks. So this is
Park.
Prospect Park.
I know it's Central Park.
No, Brooklyn. Okay? Let's look at fireworks.
That's a good
La-
idea to go.
lavish-
Yeah.
Yes, lovely. Lavish fireworks displays are a staple. Oh my goodness, a staple? A staple? A staple? Like in my book here, a staple?
Circle.
Miss Chippy, a staple?
Oh, no.
A staple? So if it can't mean it's a staple like this, so it must be a multi-meaning word. So in this case, staple means like the staples in your house or your bread, your milk, right?
Right.
So a staple is like something that's always, something that's very essential. It's essential, it's important, okay? Lavish fireworks displays are a staple of a Chinese New Year celebration.
Important.
All cities across China will put on their best show. After all, this is the country that invented fireworks. So I have a question, and I kind of just said it. So if I want to see fireworks, do I have to go to China?
No.
Okay, but if I want to be part of the Chinese celebration and I want to see fireworks, do I have to go to China?
No.
Where else? We talked about lots of places. Where?
How about 4th of July?
Well, I'm not talking about that holiday though. I'm talking about Chinese New Year. So it says here, if you happen to be in China during this time, or any big city with a large Chinese population, don't miss them. Them meaning
So
the
if I want to see
fireworks.
for Chinese New Year, where would I go?
So if I want to see fireworks for Chinese New Year, either tonight or at the end, right? Do I have to go to China in
No.
2 weeks? So where can I go to see these fireworks?
You can go to Central Park.
Is that where they're going to be? Or you think it would be maybe somewhere else in Manhattan? Chinatown?
I think
You don't think so? I think so. Do you think Chinatown? Chinatown? Right? Many cities have lots of big Chinatowns.
So wouldn't they be having fireworks there for Chinese New Year?
Okay,
Yes or no?
yes.
so that was a lot of information to take in. Okay? What I want you guys to do now is I wanted you to compare and contrast the Chinese New Year with our New Year. Okay, the Chinese New Year with the American New Year. But I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to all of that.
Okay, write your name, hon.
We
Write
have
your
some
name
time.
and date.
Okay, before we do that, hold on, before we do that, Emily, can you come over here and sit with Selena? Iman and Benson, you guys are gonna write down for me 3 Chinese New Year traditions, okay? Maybe Miss Chippy, you could help them a little bit with that? So you guys are gonna write down 3 Chinese New Year traditions, okay?
3 Chinese New Year.
You girls, I'm gonna help you
No,
come up with
not this one. Here.
filling in the proper
Write
words
your name and
for
date.
this paragraph, okay?
Yeah.
Because these activities are gonna help you do your compare and contrast. Okay, so we're gonna look at the word bank. You ready? Lunar calendar,
Okay.
preparations,
So 3 Chinese New Year
Feast.
tradition.
lucky, firecrackers, garlands, dragon,
Chinese
fireworks,
Chinese
lantern festival,
Okay.
zodiac,
Here are.
celebration, decorations. There's a lot there, but I'm gonna help you.
What's
So
one
we
of
have to take one of these words and put them in the proper
them? Getting
space,
ready is
okay?
one of them.
You're gonna use each
Right.
word once,
and
and you will not have any words left over.
Right, so getting ready is one of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chinese
What do you
New
do
Year
to get
blank begins a couple of
What do you do?
begin a couple of weeks before the big day.
Get ready.
So
Get
Chinese
ready
New
for
Year what?
Chinese New
This
Year.
was the cleaning of the house,
Okay.
right?
Getting
Putting
ready.
away the knives. So could it be lunar calendar, preparations, or
Preparation,
feast?
right? Getting
Feast?
ready is one
You
of
think
them,
the
right?
feast
One-
begins
one
a
thing
couple
you do.
days
But
before?
what is it that you do to get ready?
Maybe the cooking for the
What's
feast.
Okay, read.
Could it be
read
the
what
lunar
it says,
calendar or
what you have
preparations?
to do for that.
Let's go back to our article. Look at our heading.
Right.
It says
House
the
cleaning.
preparations,
Okay?
right? This is the most important. Preparations
And
start a couple of weeks
and paying
before.
respects to the
So put in
ancestors.
preparations,
Number 2.
and you
Now,
can
getting
cross out
ready, right?
preparations
Well,
now.
What are you getting ready for?
Okay, can I write all of the subtitle and then I write paragraph.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. So let's do the next sentence. You ready?
Big day.
Good job, Emmy. All right. New Year's Day is also the first day of the blank. So is it the first day of the lunar calendar or the first day of the feast? I think you're right. Do you think she's right? Can we
What
find
is
it in
it?
the text? Good job, Em. Good job. Lunar calendar.
How about celebration? So.
How you doing, Iman?
Christmas tree.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next sentence. Getting ready for the house cleaning, okay, good. What's that called? The getting ready for the house cleaning, look at the subheading.
Okay.
It has its own
So
subheading.
Oh, the
Preparations.
Okay, getting
Okay.
ready that.
The celebration
Getting ready
lasts
for the house
15
cleaning.
days.
Right.
It
so
ends
what is
with the
getting ready?
blank. So,
Getting ready
get rid
is
of lunar
what?
calendar. So
Getting-
does it end with the dragon, the fireworks, or the
For
lantern
what? What are
festival?
you getting ready for?
Getting ready.
Okay.
Okay. Get
So go over
ready.
here.
Right.
She
So
said
what do
it.
you- What do you have to do to
Emily
get
said it
ready?
before.
Clean up the house.
Okay.
It ends with the,
Clean
what is it?
the house.
Lantern festival. Write that down.
House.
Okay, what else does it say, Vance? Look, what else does it say? Look, it says clean up the house, right? What does it say?
Put away at night.
Right,
Putting away.
okay. And then it says what?
Okay.
Paying what?
Ready?
Respect to the ancestors?
This year is the year of the dog. Each
What
year,
is-
the animal is
what's
assigned
this?
according to the Chinese
Knife, you know what a
zodiac,
knife is?
celebration,
Knife,
or
you cut something.
decoration.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Knives means more than one knife.
Zodiac. Good job.
Okay, knives is plural.
Why do I have to put away knives?
Actually, it's a
Doesn't
C.
your mother do that? She does put away the knives?
What's a C?
It's a C.
No?
Okay.